Hey, Brandon here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. And welcome back to another episode of the Future Fantasy Spotlight film series. The series is all about introducing you, the Dynasty football junkie, to future Dynasty assets. And today I want to talk about Tetairoa McMillan. He is an exciting sophomore wide receiver from Arizona, 6'5", 205 pounds. Now, he is not eligible to be drafted until the 2025 draft, okay? But I want to talk about him nonetheless. He had a fantastic game against Arizona State last week of college football, 11 receptions, 266 yards, and a touchdown, all right? So this is a really cool video, man. We're going to do a two-part here. I'm going to give you a little recruiting history, stats, scouting report, and then I'm going to link that Arizona State game for you to scout. T-Mac, as I'm going to call him because I struggle with names, right after the video. So we're going to keep these videos nice and short and sweet. So if you play Dynasty, you play Fantasy, and you're looking for a YouTube channel out there that's going to give you an early look at future Dynasty assets, early access to scouting films, and giving you identification of future players, man, hit that subscribe button. I would very much appreciate it. So yeah, let's talk about T-Mac, man. He is an exciting player, all right? Let's talk about his recruiting history right now. You can see he was ranked 4th in 24/7 Sports. I'm not sure if that was the composite or their personal ratings, but nonetheless, man, he was a high recruit coming out of high school in 2022. Had a very good first season, very productive first season as a freshman. In his sophomore year, he just killed it. All right, so these are the stats that you're looking at here on the screen are through the regular season of the 2023 season that just finished up this past week. 80 receptions, 1,200 yards, 10 TDs, averaging 15.5 yards a carry, or a reception rather. 68% completion percentage. Now, he didn't have a great completion percentage when he was a freshman, but he really improved those hands this offseason. You can see the offensive grades here from PFF on the screen, the offensive, receiving, and drop, all in the high 80s. Very good numbers across the board in the higher echelon of those ranks in college football. All right, I like to look at versatility when I look at future Dynasty assets. And like what I see here, he's a boundary receiver, and he should be at 6'5", right? But he has some slot work too. And you're going to see that in the film here at Arizona. He worked both in the slot and out wide in that film. And that's good because you want versatility from players. They don't want to be just a boundary guy or a slot guy. So he offers that versatility. Also on the screen here, you're going to look at his yak yards. 477 yards out of his 1,200 yards are yak yards. He's got some yak ability. We're going to talk about that here shortly in his scouting report, averaging about 6 yards extra yak yards per reception, which is pretty solid. You know, not an explosive guy, but he's not a guy that catches the ball and just falls to the ground either. So those are some seriously good numbers to take a look at. All right. So let's look at his scouting report. What do I like about T-Mac that has me excited? Now, he's going to be a top 2025 draft pick. You know, we've got Luther Burden. We've got Evan Stewart, 2 other players in the 2025 wide receiver room that could be up here. I right now have T-Mac and Luther Burden really 1A, 1B. I like both of these players, but T-Mac has some really special qualities that I really like. So let's get through them here before I link you up to his Arizona State film, all right? So his hand technique and catch radius are fantastic. And like I said, when he was a freshman, I think he had an under 15% catch percentage, right? So one thing I was really looking at. He flashed as a freshman, but now as a sophomore, man, he has improved those hands almost to 70%. When you watch this film, take a look at his hand technique. He's always got that diamond kind of, technique that we're always looking for as scouts to see if, he's a body catcher or he's a hands catcher. This guy is a hands catcher. He's a baller out there on the field. Extends his arms, attacks the ball, like his catch radius ability with that 6-foot height. And those long arms, man, he could be an outside, inside red zone weapon for sure in the NFL. Okay, this guy has got route running chops. I look for wide receivers, man. I'm looking for guys that create space. You create space as a wide receiver when you defensively manipulate a defender. You're using body techniques. You're using leverage. You're using your own movements to create space. You can't just run routes. You've got to manipulate defenders. And I like what I see. He's got some nuance. He's got got some stutter steps. He's got some ability to change directions that I like. And he's only a sophomore, man. So he has another whole season of development. And that's what we have to keep in mind when we're talking and looking at these younger players. You know, they're always going to continue to develop, all right? Yards after the catch, another trait that you're going to see on the film here shortly, all right? He has got some really, really good yak ability. We love receivers who get the ball and who can navigate that second level, get those chunk yards to add to the yardage totals in the game. And T-Mac has it, man. He's got the ability to stretch the field, all right? Which leads to my fourth trait that I really like watching the film is his acceleration and speed. On one play specifically, you're going to see him coming across like a mesh, you know, pattern coming across the middle of the field. And I mean, he goes, you know, laterally and then he goes vertical. And I mean, there's defenders taking bad angles. And what I watch for is defenders taking angles where they end up missing it because the underrated speed. Now, I'm not a real 40 guy. I'm a play speed guy. I'm going to see you on the floor. There's plenty of great wide receivers in the NFL that don't run, you know, solid 40s. It's all about creating space, short area manipulation, short area quickness, burst and acceleration to kind of escape your defender. And I think T-Mac brings that all to the table, man. So there you guys got it, man. I'm going to keep these videos short and sweet. Please hit that subscribe button, man. If you like this video, you want to learn about future classes, take a look down below underneath the screen here. You're going to see my Devy to Dynasty dashboard, man. It's $25 a year for full in-depth scouting reports. I got ranks for 2026 draft class, 2027 draft rookies I'm already putting into my database. So it's a great product, great way for you to learn about future. If you play Dynasty and you're looking forward to just seeing, you know, what the value of next year's picks are, it's a pretty cool product. So, okay, enough of me chatting. Here is his Arizona State film. Scout him for yourself. T-Mac is a name to keep an eye on. Thanks for watching.